Hello everybody, it's VerticalSandwich. Welcome back to Let's Play Assassin's Creed 2. We are in an area that has a Templars thing. Oh, there's a guy mad at me right now. Suppose I should get down. Whoop. There we go. That was the easiest way. Let me just go this way. This, go up here, climb this, and can we just jump from like sail to sail? Yeah, indeed we can. Okay, cool. Get up there, man. Don't do that. Whatever. Okay, fine. I don't care. Just jump from boat to boat. They're clearly set up to be logically like jumpable, but since I'm impatient, don't want to learn routes through levels. And you can do it this way, you just splash a bunch. Hey, what's that guy doing? Who are you?
Someone pulling stunts like that.
What's going on, dude? I was really trying to knock him into the water.
He hurt someone.
There's nothing secret about this. They just have a shed with their symbol painted on the door. That's why they're losing this battle, by the way. They're that dumb. They're just like, we have secret areas with like skulls that you have to manipulate in a certain way to open doors into the sewer, and they're like, just build a shed and slap some paint on the door. Stupid Templars. Which is crazy, because they run like some of the most powerful cities in Italy. Infiltrate the Arsenal drydocks and find the Templars' treasure hidden within. Well, yeah. I mean, I kind of have to. Oh, that refilled my health, though. That's cool. Okay, I don't remember how to swim under the thing. It's X. Oh, cool! This is really neat, actually. This is super cool. Look at this. This is great. I like the idea of this, by the way. I was actually... keep pushing the wrong button. I was actually just watching somebody play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right? And what I was thinking about was how cool it is. Like, what they made, like Greece look like. You know, and the idea of kind of video game reconstructions of things like ancient Greece. And how cool that is, first off, how cool that is for people in general, for like younger people who are playing these games. And second, how cool it is that there's a reasonably popular technology that's doing that. That like younger people are actually looking at, you know, somebody's idea of a reconstruction of ancient Greece. And it looks really cool. It doesn't even like, it's not like a, pardon my swearing, but it's not a half-assed recreation. Like, it looks really good. And like the boat stuff looks so amazing in that game. And I was just like, this is really great. Like, this is really cool. When I watch, like, how torches are lighting places at night, I'm just like, it's so amazing that somebody took the time and put the energy into doing this. And I hope it really gets people interested in stuff like that. And the idea that you know, the kind of lives people led historically. And how amazing that is. How sheltered from the elements we are now and how much they weren't. And then in some ways, how much luxury they had eked out of, you know, things like what that we will never, that it's hard to comprehend living in a modern industrialized society. You know, things that we take so for granted, like air conditioning and access to ice and stuff. And then you just look at something like that and you just go, oh my god, it's so, like, in one way it's so cool that they're equivalent of, I don't know, all of it's so hard. It's so hard to articulate this. There's so much of it that's so cool, and there's so much of our world that's so cool that we don't even think about as being cool. Take it I can't just open this door, huh? Like, we don't think of 100-story skyscrapers as being all that ridiculous, right? We're just like, yeah, those are a thing that exist. And that's a ridiculous thing! It's a ridiculous, nonsensical thing that we have built buildings that are, you know... Okay, so like 100 stories... What's that, like a kilometer? Like, seriously, that's ridiculous. But it's a thing, right? That's like an everyday part of our world. And then you look at something like the Colosseum, which is like the modern... It's like the blueprint for every modern sports stadium. And you just go like, oh, that's amazing. They had horses and people, and they did that. I mean, they had pack animals in general, but like... Yeah, like using math and like a crane driven most likely by somebody walking inside of like a circle. They lifted those things like they lifted those blocks like 3 stories. Like, sure, why not? That's super amazing. And then again, in the same token, part of that is like, are you coming down here? You can't. Okay. In the same token, you know, we've developed amazing feats of engineering as well that we just take for granted. I don't know. It's a weird thing to think about, but that's what I was thinking about, watching, like... Watching Assassin's Creed Odyssey being played, that's what I was thinking of. Was, what a cool looking recreation. Don't hit me with your sword, you son of a bitch. Yeah, it's not like I worked really hard to get up there or anything. Okay. Well, now you guys know I'm here, and now you're jerks. I may have to use the gun to kill them. So yeah, and I mean, I don't necessarily, less so for a game like this. I mean, it looks cool and everything. It really does. This game looks cool, but ancient Greece is so far removed from modern society, whereas something like this, you know, historic buildings from this era, you know, exist in a reasonably working order, right? There's also something to be said for being an American, right? Is if you're from the United States of America, your sense of history is far shallower than a place like this, right? That's just a fact. Is that something, you know, if... If, you know, there just aren't buildings. There isn't a sense of history deeper than 400 years, right? In the U.S. Whereas, if you, I mean, at least for non-native people, there isn't. Whereas in Italy, clearly there is. There's a very deep sense of history. Like thousands of years of history. Of known history. Now, where am I supposed to be going anyway? Well, there are beams. So maybe that's the answer. Yeah, and that's also a very weird thing for like somebody from the US to kind of to grapple with. I know people when I was working doing survey and stuff, there were people who had worked overseas, and they were saying how weird that is to them. That like we're over, we're in Utah and we're cataloging anything that's 200 years old because it might be interesting, right? It might be important. And they're like, yeah, that you go to the UK and they just take a backhoe and scrape off like the first 500 years of history. And they're like, we don't care about that. And that's probably, I mean, I can't speak. I've never done that. I've never been part of, a survey in that area, but it doesn't seem unrealistic. Like they have written records from like you can go to the Vatican and find the trial records for like Galileo. It's not all that surprising that they would be like, yeah, we don't care about what happened. We don't care about the archaeological record of the 1600s. It literally is like digging into landfills and pulling out newspapers from the 50s. Nobody cares about that. Some people care about it, actually. It's actually really cool. That kind of archaeology is really cool. And don't get me wrong, I really love it. I love experimental archaeology. And the archaeology of kind of periods we already know about, because it tells us different things, but okay. And there's some really cool stuff too. Like there's really cool survey work and stuff that gets done in places like San Francisco because of like their fire, right? So okay, I can get up here. Can't I? And then what? I don't see an area for this. Unless I can grab onto that beam. That was not helpful. I mean, I don't have to worry about those guys anymore, but whatever. Yeah, and there's some really cool stuff like that, too. I mean, the game LA Noire does a really good job of, reconstructing an LA that looks, reasonably cool. And I certainly have toyed with the idea of playing that game as well because of it. Because of how great their version of LA looks. And it does. If you're not familiar with the game, you should check it out. It does a really good job of being exactly what it wants to be, which is, a detective story or a series of detective stories in, like, 40s Los Angeles. If that's a thing you can get into, well, then you should check it out. And here's the thing. I think it is a thing you should be able to get into. I mean, maybe not, but certainly it's a thing I can get into. And I'll tell you this, because like I said, I have considered it. One of my things with LA Noire is just, it's very dark. It's a very dark story. It's not, and it also, I mean, I guess it's not as inherently dark as something like San Andreas or something like that. However, it's far more gritty and realistic. You watch it, and you just go, oh man, like the DLC for that game, and I think I've actually downloaded it. I probably have it on my PS3. The DLC for that game involves, investigating arson and looking at the bodies of burn victims and stuff. And it is hard to, that's a hard thing to kind of sell, right? Like, that's dark. It's super dark. Now, it actually looks like I can jump to there. And I can. And that apparently was the answer. Okay, that was odd. That was an odd series of things to make me do. So can I just go this way? Or do I have to make a jump here? No. Because my guess is I need to get to there. Then down. And then over. Yeah, that was it. Interesting. Wow.
So kill me then. At least I will have my honor, unlike the son of a pig farmer standing in front of me.
He should have kept an eye on his men. Trying to break into the treasury is a serious offense.
We needed him to build the ships. Now I'll have to go find another shipbuilder. Next time, inform the watch when you question an intruder instead of dealing with it yourself. Asino. Donato! Cazzo! Assassino!
Well, I didn't come anywhere close to where I needed to be. Although I did find a very interesting... That's not right. That is not supposed to be an area I should be able to walk up on. Okay. I'm assuming we can't be outrun by this guy. Right? That's been the trend. Huh, interesting the way that this area is reacting to us. And it doesn't seem programmed right. Okay, I can't get up that way. So I guess I go this way. Can't climb up there either. Yeah, I shouldn't have to look over there. Like, this is... Yeah, it's treating it like it's an edge, but it's not. That's interesting. And by interesting, I mean broken. Because I can walk here, right? But it's like the game doesn't know that I can walk there.
Have to find a way out before he kills me.
Okay, that guy's got to find a way out before I kill him. But let's just go down here, because there's clearly like a start to a run sequence here. Or at least it's listed that way. So if we're starting a run sequence here, where does it take us? Well, that's not it. Is it here? No. Huh. We may have to come back to figure this out, because we didn't see where that guy went. And I'm guessing I void out in the water there. I don't know that for sure. None of these areas are climbable. How about this? No. And no. Well, if there's a run sequence there, where's it go? It just gets us up here? I mean, I don't think I can jump back over there. Oh, I can jump onto here, though. And I don't void out if it's just water. Okay, well, that's good. Their programming in this area seems a little dumb. So I was betting on their programming being dumb. But from here, I mean, it leads us to either here. Yeah, that's so weird. That's so strange that it treats that like an edge that you can look over. Okay, so what? He's just up there? No, that's where he is, and we're down here. And none of those things are optimal. Okay. We can't climb any of this stuff.
I think I got away.
Alright, when we come back, trying to figure this out. I'll see you guys for that. Bye, everybody.